Another day, another grind. This time it is peasants, pasture, picked, and it is General Spotify on Slaanesh against Archangel, round 3, also on Slaanesh. So this is now coming down to what do you bring, how do you fight, how do you counter, right? So Slangers here once again. Of course, we have the Mask of Slaanesh, so something really new here coming in. Pretty cool looking dude here, in my opinion. Or is it a she? Well, we will never know for now. And yeah, more Slangors. So, and flanking wise, we have Hellstriders, Pleasure Seekers, more Hellstriders, and probably the same on this side. So yeah, let me tell you, I think Pleasure Seekers will have the highest score here. All right, so here we are. We have the old school Exalted Keeper of Secrets. And this time, yeah, we have a very strict and bricky wall of Pleasure, Devoted Marauders, Hell Scourges here. And then shooting Devotees of Slaanesh, 1, 2 units, Hellstriders here to protect. So it will be more of a, let's get into it. Pleasure Guard as well. Let's get into it. And on the other side, it will be, let's hold the line. So yeah, here it is. And immediately shooting is coming in. Poking those Slangors a little bit, but that could be enough, right? Now let's see what the Bringers of Beguilement, let me know how you say that, and the Exalted Demonettes, right? From this side here, oh, we have a couple of those Pleasure Seekers coming through and attacking the Devotees of Slaanesh with crossbows, so that is pretty nicely work here, or pretty nice work with the mass of this unit. Then we have the other Devotees here trying to fight off more of those flanking maneuvers here, but it doesn't really work. So Slaanesh is not really built in a, I would say, in a matchup like this on a conquest map, right? It is a conquest map. On a conquest map, this is not a very good setup, in my opinion, with the shooting. I think in domination, it can really work wonders. That's for sure. But over here, yeah, that escalated quickly. We have the Exalted Keeper fighting now a horde of other Slaaneshi, and I think that this is basically it. He doesn't stand a chance here whatsoever, and there is not much left. Yep. It is really just the Exalted Keeper who will be dragged down here in a moment. Devoted Marauders of Slaanesh still trying to fight for their lord, but yes, Pleasure Seekers, they will rip apart those units. Weapon strength 60, that is amazing. Plus shields, plus basically very fast unit here, but they're costly. Level 4, and there we have it, the duel. The Chaka with, oh no, not the Chaka, the Mask of Slaanesh, and over here the Exalted Keeper, which will once again get enveloped, and I think that this is done here. It is donezo. Yep. And that was a quick one. So, in my opinion, yeah, as I said, I don't think that the shooting is good unless you can really protect it or you have a different setup. Let me check here. Yeah, once again, pretty nice values here as I expected. Everything else, oh, this time even the Bringers of Beguilement, really nice value. Yeah, the front lines this time. So let's get into round number 4. And here we are, Pillar of Bone. It is once again Slaanesh against High Elves. And yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know. It looks very, very interesting in my opinion. So we have the Imrik on his dragon, so really, really big dude here. Then we have a lot of skirmishing and in general calf, right? We have Illyrian Reavers. We have the Illyrian Reavers over here, Dragon Princess as well, Fireborn. So in the connection with Mages of Life or a Mage of Life, he can heal up another Dragon Prince unit, and then just the ship's company. This is probably the chaff to go so far. Yeah, and for the Slaanesh troops, it is Slangors, it is the Mask, it is the Bringers. We have this time Sturkar of the Swordswinner. Let us check him out. He comes on a mount. I'm very surprised where those riding thingies are coming from. And then shooting is already online on the sides. More Hellstriders, and there is a Pleasure Seeker unit as well. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's see. Yep, shooting here pretty nicely. The archers, I'm not sure if the archers are like a very good pick in here, like when you have one or two of those. That's probably not enough, but I think that the High Elf player wanted to match the Slaanesh with their mobility. And here we have a nice charge into the Bringers. Really, really well made. I really have to try to do that as well. Like push them off. I probably never really try to do it, but we have Hellstriders here from the side coming in, and this is exactly what usually happens to me, right? I'm coming, or the old me, coming with more elite units usually than the enemy, and then getting overwhelmed here. And this is exactly how you counter that, right? Because you can see the High Elf player has a problem here to kind of break down and protecting the archers. So the archers are basically a waste in my opinion. Yeah, they shot a little bit in, but when you think about it, they have 300 value. Yes, of course, they don't cost that much, but in my opinion, you could have had different units here. Nonetheless, well, on the other side, the opponent has to go in here, right? And has to try to break the wall. So we have Dragon Princes everywhere. It is a very interesting fight because everyone is fighting in the woods. Imrik on his throne with the dragon, trying to whip his tail out. No, pun not intended, right? Was just saying. And here it is. So I am still not sure who is kind of leading, but yeah, it seems like Slaanesh with the Hellstriders. Still one full Hellstrider unit here. We have one Slangor unit here. And Imrik, well, Imrik is still kind of online and is now roasting those Hellstriders, but that really didn't hurt that much, in my opinion. Yeah, we have not much left here, so the mage with the life affinity will go down here soon, and now it is just swarming around the battlefield, the Slaanesh wave. It is Imrik here. Imrik is the boy, and yeah, I don't know. Let's fast forward here because I think the game is done, and Spotify finishes with 3 wins and 1 loss, and I don't know, it doesn't seem like he made it to the finals anyways, unfortunately. Imrik tried his best. I think that this is way too overpriced for that, what it delivered, right? Yeah, over here, let me, oh, this time I think pleasure seekers needed too long to get to the battlefield, so other unit had to jump in, like the bringers. The bringers pretty consistent here with the damage, and even the slangors. So yeah, well guys, because it was so short, let us see one free for all, and then we are done here. All right, we are here on Troll Country. It is a free for all, 4 dudes. Everyone is 1v1. Lizardman here, Fishy, and General Spotify. Let us check what we got here. So, of course, we have Slaanesh with a little bit of a very nasty Vanguard positioning over here. Oh my god, the Lizardman will have a hard problem. But on the other side, we have the Quaddle. So you don't know what you get here, right? Over here, High Elves with Eltharion the Grim. Having the Sea Elemental, Karadran. He is pretty cool, as I noticed and learned. Fireborn, so very elite. And on the other side as well, High Elves. So it is the 2 factions of High Elves with a Mage of Light. Probably to snare down a couple of Link's sisters. So this is the way to go, I see. 4 Sisters of Avalorn, and then just a huge wall of water and shields. Yeah, let's fast forward here and see what the... Yeah, here we have it. The first attack. All of the crazy Slaanesh units going in, attacking cohort of Sotak. Yeah, Slaanesh Priest, he has a little bit of a problem. Bastillodon here, plus the Bastillodon with the healing crystal. But yeah, I think that there is a hard situation here for the Lizardman, as I think. So over there, the mask is hiding and scheming around, and here it is. Eltharion and Karadrin, they are trying to get to the other side where the fight already started. And yeah, Slaanesh kind of trying to play a very strange game. In my opinion, yeah, Spotify needs a lot of points, right? So he needs to get rid of as many units as possible to win that fight here. And it doesn't make sense to just chill around here. As we see, Spotify sent all his units into the Lizardman, but they are kind of holding really firm here. Yeah, the Quaddle still in the air, could maybe go for something else. And now we have it, Hellstriders trying to get somewhere else. Maybe they don't see the Fireborn, and as I think they could be getting chunked down here. Lizardman's still pretty much online here. They didn't lose too much. Like, they're still capable of fighting, which is not true for yeah, the big old Slaanesh. And now we have the boring cube, right? I call it like this. This is like when you can play that as a beginner player, you're pretty much set for a long time, right? Yep, you just have the sisters and the archers, and if you can do that, that's great. Now, Spotify is moving in, just, yeah, trying to use the ability, like trying to disrupt, right? Trying to be a nasty opponent here. He is leading in points. No, not quite, because Fishy is still capable of fighting, and he fought off the units here, and now we have it. It is High Elves basically against High Elves, and the shooting of the High Elves here is really nasty. I think that the mask can do a lot of damage here on the shooting. Eltharion shooting his what is it? It's a bolt, right? Soul Quench from the side really nicely. But yeah, in my opinion, the mask can do good damage. You can see Lord Aislinn. So, yeah, let's see. Soon the Mortis Engine Caradrin will drain down all those units here on the ground. Shooting is basically offline now. And I think when this core breaks, right, you basically have a problem because the other units are not strong enough to hold that down. So, yeah. Here it is. The mask. He's holding down those water horses. Has a little bit of a Lord of the Rings type, right? That is a nice duel here. Really interesting. That's also the only thing that I kind of see as a interesting part here so far. So yeah, on the other side, we have the Fireborn getting rid of the Pleasure Seekers, as said. The Quaddle here, a ripping of Slangors, probably trying to get as many points as possible. But Curio now on the high end of the points here. Doesn't mean that he wins, but so far he has the most points, plus probably still a lot of units on the battlefield. So everyone trying to get Curio, but to be honest, it is not easy. And the lizard men are a bit of a scaredy cat here, in my opinion. I don't know why they're not helping, for sure, against Curio, because he is now leading. Spotify kind of holding his place here with the 8k value. He's trying to go for everything that gives him points. That is probably not the best try to go for the Mist Mage, because you get only point. Do you get only points when you kill him? I guess so. I'm not sure. Yep, and here we are. Altharion going down soon-ish. We have the Quaddle now flying in. As the player, I would try to go for the shooting core here. Yep. Now, the Fireborn, the Princess, with their... Yes, let's have the charge of the ages. And push through, push through. You have to get the other units as well. Yeah. The fighting is okay, but you have the ship's company here. That is not what you try to attack. And Caradrin now draining those units with... You can see that here. Where is it? They are running... here it is. Damage. That is huge damage per second. 5200. Yeah, that was a good engage here by Altharion and Caradrin. Caradrin probably on his deathbed here almost. We have one shooting unit, so she probably will take care of the... I don't know even what, like... Sisters of Avalorn. Yeah, the mask is going for the sisters. He is fancy feeding here, but he knows that the Fireborn will take it. And now the Lizardman coming back. Slaanesh using his magic. We have the cohort. How many? 4 units left. Well, at least there is some units, right? We have the Bastiladon now closing in. And I'm kind of very interested. Who will get the win? I mean, Tequila Sunset is probably... Yeah, he won't win it anymore. This is just too much of a... yeah, General Spotify is out, so he can't earn any points. Now the question is, can Sand Fishy get his spot or not? Right? Let's fast forward here a little bit. Quaddle. I don't know why he doesn't use the Quaddle as a fighter. It is capable of fighting on the ground, right? And it doesn't matter that it provides this invisibility shield, right? So that's why, in my opinion, just go in and, yep, fight them. All right. Tequila Sunset, I think Curio... No, Curio is still here, so this is a bad, yeah, tactical, like I would say tactical mistake here almost. Why not fight together, right? We still have the mage. We still have Mist Mage as well. So yeah, it seems like slowly but surely, Sandfishy gathering points. He is now on the second place and probably will get that. It is really unfortunate for the other players that they left Sandfishy, right, alive. They didn't touch him after a long, long fight. So in the end, let us see. Sandfishy gets the win, right? As I see it correctly. Otherwise, Curio, yeah. I mean, Curio had his very, very good core of units with the shooting, with the brick wall, and general Spotify as well. Pleasure seekers. Yep, that was pretty fun to see how interestingly every faction went about their strategy. But for now, I'm gonna fetch myself a green tea.